Hello, welcome back. We're going to do some arithmetic sequences today and finding a term using the explicit function. So what is the explicit function? Is this function over here where it's going to be your any term, your nth term is going to be equal to this d. This is going to be the most important thing. It's going to be your change, whether it's going up or down, but it's going to represent a constant, so it's going to be the same over and over again. Difference. And we're always going to start at our first term, a1 or f1. Both of these are the same first term. So it's a lot like a linear equation where you start at b up and down first starting amount, and then you have like a change, but now we've got this n minus 1. But as long as you can subtract 1, it's almost the exact same thing. So my first example, we are going to find the 8th term of this explicit function. And the way we're going to do that is we are going to replace n with what we want. We want the 8th term. So what's that going to look like? We're going to have f of 8. Now we can find f of 8 because we put an 8 in there. So what are we going to change this n to right now? Also an 8. Here you can multiply in, but it's usually easiest to just subtract 1. And then you're just multiplying these together and adding a number. And that's going to give you your 8th term. So you replace your n with 8, and then we're going to simplify. And it's always going to simplify the same way. It's always going to be subtracting 1 in this middle part, then multiplying. And we'll just add those two numbers up. You might have some negatives, positives there sometimes. But either way, we can say that the 8th term is 38. So I'm going to do another example over here. And now we're going to find f15. So what's that? That's the 15th term. So if I have the 15th term, whether it's written with a's or f's, I'm going to do it the same way. I'm going to find a15 here. So I change my n to 15 and swaps out with 15 because I want the 15th term. If I wanted the 20th term, I would make a 20 there. I'm going to keep everything else the same. And then I also have to replace this n in here. I have to replace it. What did I replace it over here with? Well, it looks like I put an 8 in there, so I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to take that 15, and I'm going to put it in there. And from there, I'm going to simplify out by doing the same subtracting by 1. And then I'm going to always multiply these two together, just like when you multiply your m and x together. We're going to multiply those two in a similar spot. Opposite sides, always negative. And then I'm going to add and subtract these together. We have got opposite signs here, so we're going to subtract and keep the sign a larger number. And then we could say that the 15th term is positive 8. Alright, so that's how you find a term using the explicit function in an arithmetic sequence.